Well, hello everyone. So I'm over here in the backyard. Looks a lot different right now. Still quite messy, but my sister came over and helped me out, which there's no way I could have done this without her. So I'm very glad that, just having someone with me to motivate me and, help back all the trailers in and everything else and move stuff around. It was very good that we got this done today. But the next couple videos, I'm going to kind of show you guys what's going on right now in my life and kind of show you the situation I'm in as I'm trying to get out of it. So I'm going to be going to different locations and showing you what I have to sell, what I'm working through. And, for the most part, I'm doing all this stuff by myself, and it's a lot to deal with. So if anybody else is in kind of like a hoarder situation or a little overwhelmed, just, maybe this can help you out and inspire you a little bit to, get motivated and do what you got to do. But this is the truck I call 319, just because when I bought it, it had a 319 sticker on it. So I am putting a new back door on this, but last Sunday she came over and we got all this got the shelving put up over here. This was already up. Got it all cleaned out, organized. I still got to do some sweeping. And this is pretty much going to be all like my screws. I got sliding glass door repair stuff, which even if I sell the doors, I'm keeping this. But this is like window repair, sliding glass door repair. Because I still want to go out. I still want to help people and not have them spend thousands of dollars. If I can fix it for a couple of hundred and it saves them thousands, I'm going to do that. So that's like all my screws there. This is going to be like brackets and hardware. This is going to be like drill bits and like, what's this here, paddle bits. So I'm just going to have everything organized so I can have a little stash of, handyman maintenance stuff. Not really any tools, just brackets, bits. Underneath here I got some aluminum for a safari rack that I hopefully will build once I find a good van. But this is kind of like my little maintenance shed for little, like here's some brackets and little things that, you may need one day. This is all the handyman hoarder situation. It's all stuff that you really don't want to keep it, but you might need it one day, so you kind of have to put it somewhere. So once this is full, then this is it. If I need to bring stuff in here, something else has to come out. This is going to stay just like this. The center is going to be open. I'm going to try to keep it neat, but this is it. If it don't fit, I throw it away. All right. So, and I do already have the door for this. I'm going to do the same type of door like on here. I'll show you in a little bit, but this is coming off and I'm having a blocked in and a single door put right in the center. This is basically wood storage right now. This is my plywood 2x4s. Here, let me back up where you can actually see. But this is plywood 2x4s, brick mold, PVC, all that kind of stuff. Actually PVC piping in there too for plumbing. This right here is pretty much empty. There's just some shelves. This plywood has to go to the other truck, but this one you have to have a screw gun to unscrew it, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So I just threw it in here real quick. Now, if the doors sell, which I actually have someone coming over tomorrow that's going to look at them. He's going to be, I think, the 7th or 8th person to come look at the doors. Which I hope they do sell. I'm really tired of doing them. I'm tired of just, my body can't handle it anymore. So, if they sell, then this is going to be basically storage for flea market stuff. If they don't sell, which, again, tomorrow he's coming over to look, we'll see what happens. But if they don't sell, then I'm going to start taking the doors and just basically lining them up like this. And I should be able to do probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get about 80% of the doors that are at the shop and just get them in this one truck. Well, maybe I wouldn't be able to get them all. I'll probably have to keep them up there, in front of the wheel wells, because I still have to get them out. So I don't want to put them right up against this door. In fact, speaking of doors, an airbrush artist many years ago I like this. He did a good job here. This, not so much. I don't know what that long-faced lion is, or God knows what he did there. I don't know. But this is, I tried to do local artists and say, hey, show me what you could do. So I gave him the door. I think I paid like 200 or 150 bucks for him to do this. I was like, just do a couple of, you know, break it up, do a couple sections, show me what you could do, and let's do some work later on. And I did tell him I wanted a door that looked like that. And he said, no, I'm kind of busy. So I think he knew he wasn't as good as he said he was. But anyways, but this is the, let me back up here. So this is what I'm going to do on this truck right here. All right. Now, and that's a part of a trailer. Well, actually, that's the back door here. That's the ramp that's going to go on this truck once I get the door done. So, and as you can see, the turd is over here now. So, I went and bought a tow bar, got all that put on today, which again, my sister helped. I mean, I did all the work, but she was there and just running back and forth and grabbing drill bits and sockets, and where I could just concentrate on drilling. But it's kind of a weird setup, you know, because I had to offset it a little bit because of the power steering, Jesus, what the hell am I saying? Because of the steering box. So, but it's sturdy. It towed here fine. I mean, the tires are all chopped up, you know, and the steering wheel kind of came loose a little bit. It's back here right now, you know. It came out. So, but I got a new brake assembly. I got a lead on some seats, but I don't want to buy them yet. Right now, I'm working on getting a fuel tank, getting the battery, turning it over. I do have to change the oil in it. But I think it's ready to run. And again, I got the tag for it. I got a title for it. I got everything I need to get it back on the road. I already got a price on the new windshield, which that's going to be kind of a unique setup there. The only thing that I haven't factored in is this front clip. So this is the only thing that kind of has to be cut off and redone, and then I'll redo the tow bar. So, but anyways, unicorn, don't even want to talk about it. Haven't decided if I want to invest any money into that. And then we have my other van, which is my parts van, which I bought it as parts. And it turns out every part I need for that van, this van is different. So that, you know, little wrinkle there. So, oh, and the air conditioning. So I have my thoughts, okay? I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm going to tell you what could have happened, maybe, but I doubt it did. So I went in and they charged the system. It was like $300 some, which I thought was a little high. You know, it's Firestone. It's a national corporate brand. I know they got to make their money. I fully understand it. It's a safe place to do business. I don't have to worry about some jack-a-hole. You know, if there's something happens, they're going to stand by their work. So anyways, it was like $300 some to charge it. Everything was going good. There was a loud explosion and white smoke came out the bottom. Turns out one of the valves coming off the compressor, one of the linkages or something like that, blew apart, and it contaminated the system. So it needs the new, I think it's called evaporator, the little radiator on the front, and new compressor. Well, I looked them up, and like, you know, they're anywhere from like $400 to $500 for the compressor and an evaporator, like $250 and $200, you know, on average. And I was thinking, okay, that's, you know, they probably do a little markup on it. And then, you know, it was 2.5 hours on the compressor shop time and 1.5 on the evaporator. So, you know, you're looking at 4 hours, $100 an hour, you know. And they came in at $1,700. And I'm like trying to do the math, and I'm like, where the hell are you guys spending money at? You know, like, I don't understand. And I'm not saying that they overpressurize the system to make it blow out to get more money, but it's in my head. I can't stop thinking about it, you know. So, but I don't think they did it, but it doesn't stop. It's probably more me than anything. But just, you know, the explosion I heard, I don't know. It seemed a little weird to me. So, but anyways, I'm not going to spend $1,700. I asked him, hey, if I buy the parts and I do it myself, will you guys recharge it? And he says, yeah, you know, you got 1 year recharging. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what I can do. Chaos here, you know, it's still holding in there. It still has its little the cylinder walls are either scored or there's some blow by. So the crankcase pressure is a little high, and every so often I'll crank it up and be a big puff of white smoke. So I do know that the engine it still runs fine. Everything still works on it. This needs air conditioning, but I don't want to take it to Firestone right now. So I'm going to try doing one of the little can things and put it in there and just see if I could do it myself. And then I can take the UV light and see if this has a leak in it. But anyways, but yeah, this one here, I'm going to drive it. You know, I was thinking about selling it, but I don't want to sell it with the blow-by. So then I moved this up front temporary. I got the lock for it. I just got to bring it over, which I really doubt anybody's going to steal this. But I'm going to take all the decking off of this because they used 5/4 board. And you have a brace here, and the other brace is over here, I think it is. Yeah, you see a little white bar. So, and with that much span, these boards just don't have any stability. So when you walk in this area, they sink down. So I'm going to take all this off. I'm going to go get it weighed because I bought this no title. And I'm going to go get it weighed. Once I get some paperwork put on it, then I'm going to redeck it with 2x12s. And I'm going to build you know, like a full-on little mini house on it. This was going to be door storage as well if needed, but or I might just sell it as a mini house. You know, they seem to be selling pretty good. So, but that's everything at the house. This is everything I got going on. The inside, the air conditioning doesn't work right now, and they're supposed to be coming tomorrow morning to fix that. Let's hope it's not $1,700. So, and I'll probably have another video later on for the house inside because I'm working on that and getting it. Once it's all done, I'll show you guys. But my house is less than 700 square feet, and it's the only spot that I own that is not full of stuff. It's the only empty spot I have that's not full, because that's the one line that I don't want to bring no more crap into my house. And everything that goes into my house now has a very specific spot. I'm actually building areas, like I'm building my own dressers, I'm building my own bed, I'm building my own couch. I'm building a couch with a bookshelf and a display center. I'm actually hooking transducers to it, so whenever there's an explosion on TV, my couch vibrates. So, you know, the only thing I'm not doing is I'm not buying the mattress, or I'm not building the mattress, and I'm having someone make cushions for the couch. But everything in my house is going to be handmade by me. And if you don't know, I used to make custom furniture. Whenever I first started my door business, and whenever I got out of the military, I had this weird transitional period in my life, and I kind of got into building a little bit of furniture and doing some things. And at the time I was dating a very unique woman, and we got into building adult play furniture, and they were selling okay, you know, and I got to meet some very unique individuals, and it kind of, after doing it for a few years, it just kind of got really weird, and I just went full on with doors. You know, I just quit doing that. But I do know how to build damn near anything you can imagine. I mean, I built cars, I built furniture, I built doors, you know. I mean, anything I don't like, I just tear it apart and rebuild it, you know. Case in point, you know, I tore all the seats out and I made this into my own particular little truck. So it's a door truck, it's a flea market truck. You know, there's no passenger seats, there's no, here, for anybody new watching, let me go ahead and show you the inside. This is Hoochie Mama. There we go. Yeah, I got a little door clicker thing, that was pretty awesome. So, but yeah, I tore out the passenger seat, tore all the back seats, and made me a little tool rack there, and got under storage, and, you know, a little messy right now, but... And hell, I lived in this thing down in Port St. Lucie while I was going through auction school. There's actually one about the Hoochie Mama setup. And I was living in this thing for a week, you know. Not the best week of my life. Not because of where I was living, but I ended up having some bad teeth issues. And I had to, I mean, I'm literally in auction school where you have to be able to speak. And I had like 3 or 4 teeth taken out, you know. And it's like, it was not a good experience. So the school was good and everything was good, and I still passed, barely. But it was probably one of the most worst. I mean, I had a little bit of a breakdown. In fact, I made a video about it too. but that was what, 2 years ago. So it's been a while ago. But anyways, I want to acknowledge my sister right today, because she helped me out, and it's just the motivation and the fact that she was here, and trying to oh yeah. So when you see the other house, I own 2 homes. The other one's down the street in the same neighborhood, and I bought some stuff over the past couple weeks. So I'm going to show them in the next video. But yeah, in fact, this morning I just bought one. I spent $2,000 and picked up another one. But yeah, the front yard of that house looks a little different now. It went from having one of these to 2 of them. So in the front yard, well, not quite that, but it's very similar. But in fact, ironically, I got them both off Facebook Marketplace from the same person, like 2-3 weeks apart. So that was pretty cool. Because I messaged him this morning. I was like, hey, I think I bought your other one. Can I come and grab this one too? He's like, come on. I was like, I'm gonna beat you up on your price. He's like, yeah, I know. So I went over there and I offered him a lowball price, and I mean, he knew what it was. The first one was a lot better than the second one. Let's just put it that way. But I still have a use for it, and it's still going to come in handy. And I'm not going to say what it is. You're going to have to listen to the next video. I just realized there is a big old hole right there. I guess that's where the valve sends. I mean, like it really matters with all that rust. So the next purchase for this, I'm looking into some Chevy 5-lug rims, like some old schools. And I'm going to do adapter plates and convert this to Chevy 5-lug, which is going to bring the back down, and the front will probably stay where it's at. Mainly just so I can get some good tires, because I don't want to spend money on tires. I'm going to buy a used set of Chevy, S10 rims with tires for like 150 bucks, and the adapters I think are 50 bucks a set. So like, for less than $300, I'm going to have good tires on it. Not necessarily to look cool, but just to be able to, start getting this thing on the street and seeing what I could do with it. I am looking for, I know how to work on Volkswagens, but the last time I worked on one was like 1996. So if there's somebody in the Jacksonville area that, it does need a full oil change, a little bit of water did get in there. I do constantly come out here and break it so it's not seizing up, but it could probably use a little refresh on the jugs, and, just basically gone through, and I still got to get a fuel tank. So, but everything seems to be working on it. It just is, I got the carburetor, I got everything. I probably have to get some new wiring, new belt, little bullshit stuff. But, and I pulled the oil out, it looks clean. But yeah, I am looking for someone maybe to, for a few $100 to come over, help me out. And, I'll do most of the work. Someone who knows what they're doing, so I don't have to remember all this crap. So, and I believe that's the 313 trans. So, and that one seems to go in gear okay, although the shifter linkage is way out of alignment. But that seems to be okay. So, and then I need a new front clip, but I'm talking with some people about just having a whole new front clip welded on and kind of redoing this where they cut it out there and there. And they actually cut it out. See where that's up there and then that's down. See, if you go straight across, it'd be like right here. So I kind of want to get this cleaned up a little bit and readdress the front end. Plus, if that got hit, this is not structural. That's literally a 1x1 square tubing, So, and why would you attach the bumper to where your steering wheel mounts? So I want to kind of rework this little section here and make it a lot safer. And put in a couple of X braces and, just kind of dress it up. But there's a lot of stuff that right now I'm into it about $650 for my $20 purchase. But that include the taxes. That's everything but the insurance on it. So I got, and I got insurance for one reason. It's because as of right now, it's street legal. And all I got to do is put lights in the windshield and it's still street legal. So that's the reason I went ahead and paid for the, I think I'm paying for like 3 months of insurance, and I'm going to take it off and take the tag off and just say, hey, it broke down. I got to fix it. It'll be a little while. So, but the fact that it was technically on the street makes it a lot easier to put it back on the street later on. So, but I already did all the hard part of it as far as paperwork wise. So all that included, I think I paid I can't really say how much I paid, but the total of everything I'm in, including a brand new tow bar, I'm into at 650 bucks. So, and I think after everything's said and done on a budget, I'm gonna probably be under $3 grand on it, and it'll be street legal on the road, not including cleanup and paint. So, but anyway, holy crap, that took a long time to talk about. I got little pieces of wood. This is all underneath the stuff I moved out of here earlier. So, but yeah, now it's just a little bit of cleanup and just organization and getting things in their right spot. And but this is my house for what you can see. I mean, it's a hot mess, but next video I'll be either at the warehouse or one of the storage units, or maybe the other house. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, you know, give me a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm going to be going through one hell of a journey over the next year, maybe a year and a half. And soon I hope to be taking this journey on the road, because I'm starting up a new business that allows me to travel. It's literally going to pay me money and a tax write-off to go drive around and do stupid shit in Florida. So I'm working on that. Probably in the next week I can tell you the business name, and we're getting all the licensing and everything else done up on it. So hopefully by the end of next week or by the next garage sale, that'll be up and running. So I got Tuesday I'm going down, well, Monday I'm here for the air conditioning, but Tuesday I'm going downtown and getting all that stuff situated. I figure it's going to be less than $500 to start the business, and we'll go from there. Anyways, again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of stuff, because I'm literally showing you the realest life out here. I mean, no job, no bills, you know, I do whatever the hell I want to do, and this is what I'm doing right now. So yeah, peace, love, money, I'm out.